All right, welcome back, Bulldog TV fans. It's week 6, and you know what time it is. It's time for the weekly Coach Adkins show. And obviously, we have Coach with us today. We're going to go over a little bit of the week ahead and maybe do a little recap this week since we're halfway through the season. So, but before we talk about the halfway point, let's talk about the opponent tonight. 5-0, Mahomet-Seymour. We're back home, but we're taking on a big, huge physical Q&D team that we beat pretty handily last year, but coming in, probably feeling a little chip on their shoulder from last year. To me, this feels a little bit like a playoff type matchup. Can you talk about Q&D and what you expect coming up tonight?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I definitely think it is going to be a playoff atmosphere or playoff type game. We shut them out last year on their home turf, and I don't know that that's happened many times. And I'm sure they probably still got a sour taste in their mouth from what we did to them. So there's no doubt that they're going to come in here fired up and ready to go after their long bus ride and getting out of school early. I think everybody enjoys that. But they're going to be ready to go tomorrow night. I told the newspaper earlier in the week that, in my opinion, they're the best 3-2 team in the state of Illinois. They've lost to a 4-1 Quincy High School team that has about 1,800 kids, to their 400 or whatever they are. And then they lost to a 5-0 Chicago Hope team. And actually, both of those teams they should have beaten, but kind of let it slip away towards the end. So there's no doubt that it's going to be a 4-quarter war, like you mentioned, physical. Their style of play is very much smash mouth, physical, in your face. And again, we're going to have to step up to the challenge and have that physical and mental toughness for all 4 quarters of that war, and be ready to withstand, again, their overall aggression and intensity, trying to get maybe that revenge from last year. So it should be a great playoff atmosphere for sure.
Yeah, definitely be a good test on our toughness, as you said. We haven't been tested the last couple of weeks, so I think we're all excited to see kind of how that matchup plays out. We're halfway through just about the regular season. Give us a little bit of recap on your team, your varsity team, as far as where you thought you'd be, maybe some things that you can improve on. But sky's the limit what you want to talk about. Just give me a little halfway recap.
No, I love it. Yeah, and again, I think overall record wise, and halfway through, I think we're probably where we wanted to be. I'd be lying if I would say, that I expected a loss within the first 5, and so again, I feel like we're where we thought we were going to be as far as the record is concerned. And again, offensively, we're doing some great things. Just keep moving guys around and keep getting the ball to different playmakers. And again, I think the progress that we've had over the offseason and then certainly the summer is showing up, especially on that side of the ball. Special teams is doing some things very well. We've talked about that before in the past. And then defensively, we are, as well. We got a couple new linebackers, out there, who again just continue to get better each and every day. We've gotten a couple new defensive line guys, in a rotation. Ryan coming back off his injury, so he kind of only got to play half of the season last year. So again, we're kind of where we thought we would be at, as far as all things considered at this point in the season. But that I think that's maybe what I like the most is we are 5-0, we are averaging 51 points a game and only giving up 14, and we haven't even played our best football yet. We do still continue to get better each and every day at practice. Our coaches are working extremely hard, and our players again are working hard as well to keep getting better. And so I mean the sky's the limit for this group. And again, they know what their goals and expectations are of themselves in this program, and they're working really hard to get there. And again, as long as we stay on this same course, I do think we'll get there for sure. So,
yeah, I think you said something that I've always thought as well, and others that we've talked to, is that we haven't had that complete game yet. We've come close. We've had a great special teams game. We have a great offensive game, great defensive game, but I haven't seen it all together. So that's exciting as a fan and as a program. So let's talk about. We always talk about our varsity team. Obviously, they're the highlight of the year, and varsity should be. But Let's talk a little bit about the JV and freshman teams. They're having some good years too. Give me a little recap on their season to date.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's start with the freshman team first. They got a big one tonight, or I guess since we're watching it tomorrow, it'd be last night. They got a big one at Eureka, and again, that's a different opponent that we haven't seen. They've had a new coach within the last couple years who's turned some things around there and has his program headed in the right direction. So it'll be a great test for our freshman kids tonight. I'm really excited about that group and what they've done, up to this point. Overall record, they're 3-2, and their 2 losses were in week 1 to a Morton team who is still undefeated at this point, and then a couple weeks ago to a Unity team who again is probably the best freshman team I've seen in my career. They were very talented, and again certainly they haven't lost yet either. And again I say all that to say, the good majority of our kids haven't played football before, I mean, they played flag when they were younger, but they haven't played a season of tackle football under their belt, whether it's junior high baseball or even just kids out for the first year. So again, the way that those kids have progressed from when they started to where they are now, and again, like you mentioned, halfway through, I can't wait to see where they get to at the end of the season. Coach Gallier, Coach Lehman, and Coach Clapper are doing an awesome job with those guys, and like I said, they're showing up to work every day and working hard, and again getting better and having fun, and at that level that's really all we ever ask for. So really proud of that group. Our JV level is kind of doing what we expected, like we talked about the varsity level a little bit ago, doing our meeting our expectations. Our JV level is as well, they're 4-0. Had the week 1 game canceled on them due to weather, so that's why they've only played 4 games so far. They went on the road last Monday at Charleston. Charleston was undefeated, so we kind of built it up as the JV conference championship. And they went down there and took care of business again in a great environment. Our fans, you should have seen it. The way section, our bleachers were packed. Our fans traveled so well, and again, those kids love that. As a program, we all love that and appreciate that. It was a great atmosphere, and we played a really good ball game, tough ball game, back and forth for all 4 quarters, and came out on top. So again, we love to see those guys continuing to progress. Some of them have gotten some Friday night lights time up to this point, and probably will continue throughout the rest of the season, and then a lot of them are going to take over some starting roles for us next year. So again, all this experience that they're getting down at that JV level is benefiting them and benefiting our program as a whole. And then, like I said, anytime you're having success and having fun, that's really what matters the most. So
yeah, really successful up and down, so it's good to see. And obviously we have the little guys, MSYF, doing well as awesome all the way through. So, and flag football's starting here in a couple of weeks, right. So we'll get them going. Besides family, this is the Coach Adkins show, so we always have a Coach Adkins question. Besides your family, football, and obviously energy drinks, what gets you juiced up? What kind of hobbies? What do you like to do besides those main 3 things that we all know about to this point?
Yeah, that's a tough question because I do love what I get the opportunity to do. I love coaching. I coach junior high basketball as well, and even though it's 7th grade, I'm still giving those kids scouting reports, and we're watching film. And I had a coach tell me a long time ago when I kind of first got started in this career. He said, "How you do anything is how you do everything," and I feel like that is kind of my motto, And I want to tell myself at times, it's 7th grade basketball and chill out a little bit, but I just can't, because again, I love coaching sports. I love helping and instructing kids. Again, whether it's varsity football or 7th grade basketball, I just love the opportunity that I get to instruct and hopefully help mold and be around kids at the end of the day. So energy drinks is definitely one of those things. But again, I don't really get the opportunity to do much. Believe it or not, I love to play golf. Even though I'm not good at it, I love to play it because it's the one thing that calms me down and relaxes me. You know, I'm a very emotional, high-strung, energetic guy. So the chance that I get to go out and play golf is my one chance to really kind of sit back and relax. And then, like you mentioned, you know, I just love being around my family and, you know, in our backyard, grilling out and just spending that time together. I love having the coaches come over there. They're some of my best friends. And again, I really appreciate everything that those guys do. They work incredibly hard. And any chance I get to kind of give back to thank them and get to continue to spend time with them and hang out with them, it's an awesome feeling. So I know I don't get to do much because I'm very busy with coaching the sports. But again, I love it. And I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. So.
That's a great answer. And again, theme all year. It's one of your themes, family strong. So that'll do it for this week's show. Good luck, Coach, tonight. Q&D coming in the house. We'll see you next week. Make sure you tune in tonight for Bulldog TV. We'll have another special guest to be announced. It's a mystery tonight. But tune in tonight. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. That's it for the Coach Adkins Show.